details of letting you watch a laser engrave. Suffice it to say, it works, and when you're done you get something like this. And if I can show you you can see there's a very fine ellipse around the outside of that. Now, I also did something a little more intricate here. I did a water bottle, stainless steel bottle, and you can see it engraving here on the laser. The reason I didn't show you the rotary here like I'm doing now is you can see that it's very slow. So, you know, it does engrave, it works really well. The important thing here is when I did both of these containers on the roller, neither one of them had anything in it. The drink can in particular weighs about 1 gram. It's basically will blow away in the wind. And I did nothing to restrain it onto the rollers. I didn't put anything inside it, and it worked really well. So tracking is great on this roller. All right, with the roller tested here and proving to be a pretty spectacular roller actually, we're now ready to test the chuck. So what I did was I put the 3 pins in the center of the chuck because I'm going to put just a piece of paper tube on the chuck. And the first thing I'm going to do is measure the diameter because we're going to need that later. And then slide it over the pins and just tighten up the chuck. Actually, in this case, we're loosening the chuck, but it's tightening it up around the tube. And we'll just do a quick sample on this paper tube, and then we'll move on to something a little more interesting. Now, since we've switched to the chuck away from the roller, we of course have to go back into Lightburn and reconfigure it. So we're going to go into the rotary setup again, and we're going to select chuck. Now you may notice it took one field away here because we don't care about the roller diameter, in part because there are no rollers. All we need to know is the millimeters per rotation, and in the case of the chuck that's 160. And we need to know our object diameter or its circumference, and I happen to have measured that, and it's 83.5. And when the engraving is done on the paper tube, you'll get something that looks like this. Now this looks a little grainy, but keep in mind this image engraved is really only about 1 inch tall, so it is very small, and it actually turned out pretty well, all things considered. So I put the small jaws on the chuck and put a tumbler in there, but you can see the tumbler's not level, but you can use this knob, this tilting knob, to control the angle, and you can get it adjusted nice and level, and that's just a really nice feature. I don't know why more companies don't think of things like this, so kudos to Atezr for that. And I did a little bit of an engraving design on here. I'm just showing you a bit of the actual engraving operation. And when the output is finished, you can see the tumbler here. Just looks great. And again, no support, no alignment control, nothing. I just plopped it on the chuck and it worked fine. So kudos to Atezr it's really a great rotary attachment combination. So there you go. You can see the KR Pro is a really awesome combination of tools. Very well designed. It's all metal. I can't say enough good things about it. Now, I've been a longtime fan of the RA2 Pro from Xtool, and I really have to say that it may have seen its last days in my shop. The KR Pro is just head and shoulders above it, and keep in mind, it's the same price as an RA2 Pro. So, you know, the RA2 Pro is a fine attachment, make no mistake, but this is just that much better. And you know, kudos to Atezr for bringing this to the market, and I want to thank them for letting me give it a try. So if you're in the market, definitely consider this. And with that, we can wind down. I'll put a couple of videos up in the corner here. Go watch those, and I'll see you over there. And get out there and make your world, and I'll see you next time.